Hello friends, welcome back to Kiki Sanjay. Firstly, I want to thank you for love and support to my last video, Learning from Failure. It got over 350 views and 30 likes in just one day. Today, we are starting a new series on LLD assignments. I am hoping you will enjoy it as much as the last one. Let's aim for at least 30 likes on this video. Let's get started. So as you can see here, we open a IntelliJ and we will solve this using the IntelliJ. So first we will open here. I will share this assignment you in the description box. So our first assignment is add menu items. Okay. So we will select here home file for XML and we will click here open as project. So and I just keeping it in this window. So whenever we are opening home file, open as project. So as you can see, it will install all the dependency, whatever is there inside of the home file. Now, first we will read our assignment. So consider here, we are not creating the assignment from starting. We already have assignment. I will share this code with you. So you also can start it. We have some boilerplate and we already created a assignment. So we are adding a small feature and I will describe you to how to read the assignment line by line. We will just read it line by line and understand what it means. Okay, and we will check in the code where it is located. Okay, so as you can see here, we have a add menu item problem statement. You are building a restaurant management system. As a part of this system, you need to build a functionality using which the restaurant admin can add menu items to the system. So as you can see here, we already have one system for the restaurant management and we have to add only one feature, add menu item to this system, which assignment we will complete today. Okay, so as you can see assignments, the task is to implement the following functionality. So whenever we are just solving any assignment, that time we have to read each and every line with carefully. Okay, like if you can see here requirements, they have given some requirements. So first we will read the requirement, then we will see the instructions, and based on the requirement we will go ahead. The add menu item request will contain the following details: user ID of the admin who is adding the menu item. Okay, as he already clear here, what is the requirement? Only admin can add the menu item, no other can add the item other than admin. Okay, next is name of the menu item. Third is description of the menu item, price of the menu item, and dietary detail of the menu item, whether is it veg or non-veg or vegan. Okay, type of the menu item, whether it is a daily, special, or a regular menu item. So this is the first point where he is describing what property add menu will have whenever someone adding the menu, means whenever admin adding the menu for the hotel. Okay, so it will add at least this much information and we will see is this information already available and they implemented this or we have to create it from the scratch. Next point, non-admin users should not be able to add menu items. As I already told you, only admin can add the menu items. Third thing, persist the menu item details in the database. So keep all the menu items details in the database so we can use it later. Okay, so as he is saying, database also is here, but we will just read instructions and based on that we will see should we have to create a database or not. Okay, once the menu item is added, the system should return the menu item in response. So requirement is clear, I think. As he's saying, we have to return the item. So we have a simple restaurant management system where we have to add one feature. where admin can add the menu based on the given requirement, and after adding the menu it will get the menu deck. Now we will read the instructions. Refer the add menu item method inside menu item controller class. Okay, so here just giving the instruction what we have to do. First, as you can see here, we have a src. All code we will keep in this src folder. We have a main Java, and after that we have simple folder name. Whatever is there, we can keep it here at the time of creating a project. And here we have a controller, DTOs, exceptions, models, repositories, and services. What are these? I will explain you in between the assignments. So as he told, refer the add menu item method inside menu item controller class. So here we have a controller class and here we have a menu controller. So whenever we click on this, here we can see we have one add menu item method. So we have to implement this method. Rest boilerplate we already created and given us. So this is the first requirement. Here we have to implement instead of the return null our logic for the menu item. Next, on the readme, we will see refer the add menu item request DTO and add menu item response DTO for understanding the expected input and output to the functionality. So as you can see, what is add menu template item required a DTO and add menu item response DTO. DTOs means data transfer object. So this is the naming convention. You can write anything, but when you create a request and we have to get the response for both the things, we will create a DTO. And as you can see here, we have a DTOs folder inside this scalar. Okay. So in the DTOs, we have two things: add menu item request DTO, add menu item response DTO. So first we will see what is inside of the request DTO. Okay. So here you can see he has given a simple basic things like user ID, name, price, dietary requirement, item type, and description. As you aware, we in the starting requirement, he has given us this requirement, and we thought we have discussed there we have to create or not. So as we can see, he already created this requirement. So this is our first DTO. This is the request DTO. Next, he is just saying the response DTO. So as you can see, we have a response DTO here. We have two fields. One is the status and one is the menu item. So where we will get from the status, because we have to return this response. Okay, as you can see here, we are in the controller. We have add menu item and we are returning this response DTO. It means we have to create whatever is there. We have to assign the value of this response and we will return it. Okay, and we are accepting add menu item request DTO, which is already given us, so we don't have to worry about it. Okay, next thing, what we require to set here, we need a status. So as you can see, we already have a response status, success and failure. So this is given. We have to just use this success and failure using this response status. And what else we have to create here? So as you can see here, the next thing we have to work on it. Okay. For creating this, I will tell you the logic how we can start with this. Like first, whenever we are implementing any feature inside the Spring Boot, first we will write the controller as he already given us menu controller. Okay, and whatever function is called in the menu controller like add item and we have to implement here, so we will keep the same name and we will keep in the service file. So as you can see here, we have a service file also, menu services. Okay, so here in the menu services we will create the same method and we will pass request DTO inside of the menu services. As you can see, it is the interface. Here it already given the same method name and it will return the menu item. So in these services, we have to create the menu item. So we will create the menu item with the help of what? With the help of that we will look in the readme file. So we can, yes, here. We already looked this DTOs. For understanding the expected input and output to the functionality, refer the model package to understand the models. So where is the model? This is the model package. Package means folder. So here we can see it already implemented base model, build, constructor, dietary requirement, item type, menu item, order, user type. As I already told, we have to create a menu item. That menu item we can create the help of menu item class. Whatever is required, we will just set the functionality in the menu item and we will create it and we will return from the service class. Okay. So here is just saying implement the menu services. In the services, this is the interface. We have to create this menu repository. Then we have to create the repository. So whenever you are going inside, we have a menu repository. This is the interface which we have to implement. So we have to create a class for this and user repository. So here one more, they have given the interface and we have to class for this. So we have to create three classes. Okay. First for the menu services, second for the menu repository, and third for the user repository. Okay. And last line he has given, we need in memory database implementation for this assignment. Okay. So he simply persist menu item data in database. So here is saying in memory. In memory means we have to create a collection and we have to save the item inside of that instead creating a database. So whenever we will do this assignment, we will not use any like database. We will just keep all the menu item inside of the repository. Okay. So this is the process. We have one system, restaurant management system. Okay. And all the functionality already given, we have to create one feature, add menu, which admin can create it. And he has given some requirement. Based on the requirement, given some instructions. Based on that instructions, we have to create only three classes: menu services, menu repository, and user repository. And after creating a menu services, inside of this, we will implement the menu item using the help of menu item class. And after creating that, we will return from the menu services and we will take that in the controller. And in the controller here, whenever we just call that method from the services, we will get the menu item and we will create instance of the response DTU and we will assign two things to it. First is feature and second is the menu item created by the service file. Okay, and we will return that response DTO from this function. Okay, so this is complete assignment we have to do. So I will start firstly with the menu repository and user repository. So I will start with the menu repository. Only have three things. First is the collections. Second thing, getter method and the setter methods. Okay. So as you can see, menu repository, it is an interface. So we cannot create instance of this. So we have to create a class and we have to implement it. So I just copy this, right click on repository here, new, okay, Java class, and here just simply write, and I will write IMPL. IMPL means implement. You can write anything, but I like this convention for the implement and it is easy to read. So I just using this IMPL and I click enter. Now you can see it created a class for us. Okay. So he's just asking we have to add this in Git or not. We will keep it to add and just keep don't ask. So this will not get again and again. Okay. So now you can see menu repository IMPL is here. Now I will implement. Okay. What I will implement? Menu. Okay. So whenever I implement the menu repository, you can see we got a red line. So in the red line, you can see is saying must either be declare abstract or implement abstract method. So whenever we are implementing any interface, that time we have to implement all of that interface methods. Okay, and if we are not implementing all the method, then we have to define that class to be extended. Just extend that class and implement that method. Okay, so I will click on here, simple click, and click on Alt Enter in the Windows and implement method. Just enter, and I have three methods inside of this interface. So I will click on OK, insert override. So as you can see, he already given us 3 methods. So I will do for the repository same thing, and then we will implement it one by one. Okay. As you can see, we already created 2 classes for the repository, menu repository IMPL and the user repository IMPL. First, we will implement this menu repository IMPL. Okay. So as you can see here, we have a menu repository IMPL, and here we have one trickier part because we have to store some value. So it is very trickier which collection we have to take. So we can decide the collection based on our methods. As you can see, we are returning from here list menu item. Okay. So it's simply saying us we have to create a list of the menu item. And here, if we will come here, you can see get by dietary requirement. It has given the dietary requirement. We have to filter. So we will just use simple for loop, and we can filter using the menu item, and we will return the list of that menu item. Okay. So first I will write the collection for here. We will take the list because we are using the abstraction form list, and so we are using here, and you can see in the list it requires only one parameter, that is called E. Okay, E means element. Okay, so we will keep it here E. What E we have to save is the menu item. So we are keeping the menu item here, and menu list we will write it down here, or menu item if we want we can do the menu items. We already suggested this menu items. Okay, and equals to, we will write new, and we will create an instance of the class. Which class? Array list class. Okay, as you can see here, we do not have to pass any type here because it will take from here, and we will terminate like this. Okay, so now we already created a collection. In the collection we have to add the menu. So we already have a menu, we have to just simply add. So we will copy and paste it here. Dot add is a method which will provide us to add the menu, add the item inside of the array list. So now this first class is completed. Okay, and it is not returning anything. So we just simply write it like this, and in the second we keep return, and same menu item we will write it down. Okay. So whenever we are getting the menu item, we will just assign to this list, add to this list, and return the same menu item. If we want, we can write here like validations. If there is a no item inside of the menu item, and we can throw the exception here. But as you can see here, we do not have any exception in the signature, so we are not using. We are keeping it simple. So do not worry about the validation things. We are assuming here we will get menu item always, and we are adding it without checking it. Okay. Next we have a method get all. Okay. So in the get all we have to return this list menu item. We already created this. Copy this and simply return it. So it will return all the menu items in the list. So now we have implemented 2 methods. Now we are coming on the third method, which is get by dietary requirement, and he has given the dietary requirement. Here what we have to return? We have to return the list of menu item based on this dietary requirement. So what is this dietary requirement? Whenever we click on this, we can see we have a veg, non-veg and vegan. So whenever we will get this value, we will filter based on that. We will create a menu item and return the list of that menu item. We will not return all the menu items here. Okay. We have to return the list. So we have one list. So we will create one more list here. Okay. And after that, we will assign all the value using the filter by the for loop. Okay. So first I'm using here list, and same it required one element. So element we required menu item. Okay. and equals to, now here we will add the name of this list, so we will keeping it item list. So we are already using the menu items, so here we will keep it to item list. Okay, and equals to new array list. Okay, so now we define list here, and now we have to filter the item and return it. So simply we will use for each loop here for, and what we require the menu item type. We have to define the item type, then we will write a menu item, then colon, and we will take this list. Okay, so it will iterate from here and it will assign every menu item inside of this, and in the curly braces we will check if menu item. So simply click on the menu item, you can see we have one getter method, get dietary requirement. Okay, so we will go there and directly we will call dot get dietary. Here we have this get dietary requirement. So we will go here and yeah. So in this menu item we have taken from here. So we have to write this small one. I just taken the class. We will take this menu item dot get dietary requirement. So we can get the dietary requirement using this, and we will check equals and this dietary requirement. If both are the same, then we will add item in the list. So this item list we will take it here dot add, and we will put the menu item whatever is matching to here. Rest we will just leave it like this. Okay. So after created this list, we will return this list from here. Now you can see we already created this repository. Okay, and same I will create the user repository quickly. So now we will implement this repository IMPL. We already implemented the user repository. Now we will just write this method. First we will define the collection. Okay, as you can see here, we will just write simple collection. So it is a little trickier, I told you before. So here we will select the map. Okay, why we will select the map? As you can see, we are finding using the ID. If you want, you can use the array list also. Same we did there and filter like that, but I'm just keeping for simplicity map. So here I just write the map, and as you can see, map is a one interface. Okay, and we are always, whenever we define the type, we will just define the type of the interface for the loosely coupled component. I can write hash map also, but I'm using here map at the time of type. And then later on, whenever we create a new map, we will use the hash map. So in the map, you can see we have two things. One is the key and value. So simply it imported. What is the key? Key is a long. If I write like this long, so this will not work. Okay, because it is accepted the reference type class. Okay, it will not accept the primitive type. So always whenever we have to pass something in the collection, we have to use the long comma. Here we will have a value of type user. Now here I write a user map equals to hash map, sorry, new hash map, and here we do not have to define the type because it will take type from here simply. Now we have created a collection. Now we have to save the value inside of that collection. To saving, we will implement this save method. So simply we will take here user map dot put is a method which will give us to add the item inside of this. Put required some ID. So that ID we can take it from the user dot user sorry get ID. There is a getter method comma, then we will pass the user. So here you can see we terminated it. So we added the item inside of this and we will return it user. We are assuming user is not coming as a null right now. So as you can see, we have implemented the same method. Now we have to implement the find by ID method. Find by ID method, they have given us the ID and we have to find the user based on the ID. Okay. For that, what we will do, we will take one instance user and we will get the value from the user list by the ID. Okay. Because we have to return the user. So first we will take user. Okay. And user instance we will create. Okay. Equals to, we will write it down here, user map dot get is a method which will give us the item and we will pass key. We use the long key, so we will pass the ID here. It will return us the user. Okay, we will write it down here, one condition, if user not equals to empty, user not equals to null. So what we will do, we will add this user in the optional required one t. Okay, so we will write it down here, optional dot off is a value. This off is a method which will insert the value inside of the optional. So we will keep like this. It will take one parameter as a value. So we will just put the user here and terminate it. So if the user not equals to null, then we will return the optional. Okay, return the optional. And if we have a null, so then it will return the empty. So this repository we already created. Okay, as you can see, we already created this repository. Now we will create next the menu services. Okay, for that we have to create one more class. So there are three requirements. One, two is first create the menu repository class, implement class. Second is the user repository implement class, and third is the menu services class. Okay, so I will write this. I will do the same here. Right click, just I open it, copy it, new Java class, and I will write I capital IMPL. Now this is the implementation. I will write implements, and inside of the implement, simply what we have to implement, menu services, and it will ask us for the method. So we will implement that. Alt enter, implement methods. This one method we have to put it here. So as you can see, we already have a add menu item. Now we have to write the code for this. So we have to return the menu item. To return the menu item, we have to create an instance of the menu item, and whatever value is required to be set, we will set it from here. Okay, and we will return that menu item. So first we will create instance type of menu item. Okay, here menu item equals to new menu item. So we have created an instance, and now we have a multiple values. What we have to set, we will go inside of this menu item. We will see, like we have a field name, price, dietary requirement, item type, and description. This value we have to set. Okay, here we have a getter method and we have a setter method. Using the setter method, we will set all the things. So simply I come here inside of this menu item. I will start putting the value dot set name. First I am setting the name. Where I can get it? I can get it from here, name. Okay. Now next I will do the menu item dot set. What is the next thing? Next thing is the set price. I will set the price here. Okay, we already have a price. Next we will do the menu item dot dietary requirement. So I will put it to dietary requirement here. Okay, so set dietary requirement, and I will set this dietary requirement here. Okay, now you can see we are getting some error here. So it's saying it is provided string, but it's required a type of dietary requirement. Okay, so we have to use wrap using the dietary requirement dot value of function. So it will we can convert it. So we will look into it later. First we will write all the setter functions, menu item. Next what we have? Next we have with us item type and the description. So menu type dot set item type, and we will write it down here, item type. Okay, it also has the same error. We will fix in some time. One more is there, menu item dot. Okay, and the last item we have a set description. Set description. Here we will just set the description, whatever is coming as a parameter. So now we have two errors here, dietary requirement and item type. So why this error is coming? Because here you can see, here we have a string type. Whatever we are passing from there, we are passing as a string type. And if we will go inside of the menu and the set method, whenever we control click on this, you can see it is accepting the dietary requirement type, not the string type. That's why it's getting the error. So what we have to do, we have to convert this string in the this dietary requirement type. To confirm this, what we will write it down here, we will just convert it. Okay, for a converting, simply we have a value of method, we already here it already given us. Okay, so now you can see here we have two errors. So now we will just convert this string to the dietary requirement type. Simply we will write one thing here, we will keep like a dietary. Okay, so we will write it down here, dietary requirement, and I will keep it to dietary. Okay, like this, dietary equals to, okay, in the dietary requirement just simply take this dietary requirement dot value of, he already suggested us on the, if we over on it, it just suggested us the value of field is required, see, to convert it, dietary requirement value of, and here we will pass this dietary requirement, this one, okay, here like this, and we will pass this to this. So now error is gone. Same we will do for the item type. So here we have a class type of item type. We will take here item type. Okay, and we will keep it to type equals to item type dot value of, and we will pass the item type here. Okay, now we will pass this type to here. So as you can see, we already created a one menu item and we set all the value, and we have to return here the menu item. Okay, so now this services is completed, but if you can see, we have two exception in the signature, user not found exception and user unauthorized access. For that, what we will do, we will first check user is present or not. Okay, if user not present, then we will write it, just we will throw the user not found. Okay, to check, we have to get the user. Where we can get the user? We can get the user from the user repository in the table, database table, we already saved it. Okay, so we will check it to in the user repository, and what if you come here, you can see here this user repository IMPL. Here we have a one method, find by ID, where we will pass the ID and it will return optional user. So we will come here, simply we will create optional. Okay, and inside of this we will keep like this user type. Okay, and here we will keep like user equals to, and then we will create a user repository. Okay, so for the user repository, first we have to create the instance of user repository. Okay, so first we will create a user repository. Okay, instance of the user repository. We will not create instance for the class for the loosely coupled. Okay, we will keep for the interface, and here we just simply like the user repository. Next we required, the next thing we required for the menu repository. Okay, so menu repository we will keep it here. Why menu repository is required? Because menu repository, to save the item, we will use the menu repository. Whenever we will create, like we have created here menu item, that we have to save in the menu repository. So we will create one instance here, menu repository. Okay, now as we already using the Spring Boot, how we know? You can see base model we already implemented. So if we want, we can keep the auto wire and it will automatically inject it. So I think this is the homework for you and you can do it yourself, but I am just keeping the simple Java. Okay, simple keeping Java reference. So first we will create a one constructor and we will inject. How we can create a constructor? Simply right click on this and go to here generate, click on the constructor, okay, and just select both the things which is here. So as you can see, it created one constructor. Whenever it create the object of this constructor, it will pass these two things which we will inject from here to here. Okay. So now we have this user repository and menu repository. Simply we will call it user repository dot. This is the small one. We have to write user repository and simply we will write here dot get dot find by id. Okay, and we already have a user id, so we will pass it to here and then it will return us the optional user type. So here we will check simply if user dot is empty. Okay, if user dot is empty, then what we have to do, we have to throw the exception. What exception we have to throw? Throw the exception new, and we have to throw the user not found exception. Okay, and here we will just write user not found, the message. It will accept one method, sorry, message user not found. Okay, where is this exception? Is here. You can see exception folder, we have two things. One is the user not found exception and unauthorized exception. It is already created and given us, we have to just use it. If it is not given, then we will create it here. Okay, now next we have to check another thing. What? The next thing is unauthorized access. For this, simply we will write if user dot get. Okay, so this is the get function which will provide us the user. Okay, from where? From optional. Optional has the method get which will provide you the item. Okay, based on this we just simply write get dot and we will write it down here, get user type. Okay, and get user type, we will get the type of this user. Now we check not equals to, and we already have a user type with us. Okay, so here you can see user type dot, okay, admin. Where this user type is present, you can see here it is already there, user type class. Inside of this class we have two user type, one is the customer, one is the admin. So we will use this enum instead of writing or hard coding string there. Okay, so I written here and simply I will check it here. Okay, and throw the exception new and unauthorized access. Okay, and I will pass it to here one message to it, unauthorized access. Okay, now so as we already implemented this using the interface, so he added both the uh, exception type in the signature. If it will not add there, it will give us the error here. Okay, if I will remove from here, if it is not in the signature, like you can see, throw error. So if I remove from here, okay, so you can see we are getting the error. So we have to handle this error. Either we will throw it to the parent component, either we have to use the catch. Okay, so normally we will not catch any error inside of the services. We are just catching all the error in the top level component. And what is the top level component? That is the controller. There we will use the try catch and we will consume this both exception. Okay, so I'm just keeping it here. So now I'm throwing from here. So you can see The menu services, what we will do first, we created an instance, and here we have created a simple constructor. If you want, you also can create use the auto wire. Okay, and here we keep the override and this menu item, add menu item. Inside of the menu item, first we are checking the user is empty or not. If user not found, okay, we will take it from this repository. Okay, and if it is not found, then we check, we just throw the error user not found, and then next we are checking the unauthorized access, it is admin or not, because he already written only admin can add the menus. At the end, what we will do, we will write it down here simply. We will take it here, menu repository, okay, and dot save method we have, menu repository add method. Here we simply pass the menu item, okay, and it will return the menu item. So if you go inside of this menu item, this menu repository, you can see here we have one add, get all, and get dietary requirement, and this add method returning menu item. Okay, so same, instead of just taking this, holding this value inside of one instance and return it, we just directly return from here whatever is written after adding it. So now you can see we have completed this service file. Now we will move to the last part of our implementation in the menu controller. Inside of the menu controller is up to implement this method. So we will remove this return type from here. Okay, here, and it is already created an instance of menu services. Based on this menu services means this one. Okay, dot, we will use the add menu item method. Okay, and this is required the some fields. What field is required? User ID, name, price, dietary requirement, item type, and description. So here we have a request ETO, and we click on this and we can see we already have all the things inside of the request ETO. So we will take it from here and we will pass from here. Okay, so we can create multiple. If you want to pass all, you can pass direct DTO and you can get it there. And if you want to pass one by one, you can pass it one by one. So I'm just using like this. I pass all the things one by one to it using the request DTO. The first request DTO, we are just get user ID using the getter function. Then second, we will pass the request DTO dot get name. Okay. Now, comma, third, we will do the same. I'm doing it fast. Okay. So now we will check once. We have a request DTO, user ID. Then we are just passing the get name. Okay. Now get price, third parameter. Fourth is the get dietary requirement. And after that, we are just passing the get description. Okay. Using the description method. I think we are missing something. I will check. Oh, add menu item. Okay. So we will just add menu item here. Okay, so menu item we just call before the description. Okay, here request DTO dot item type and comma. Okay. Next, you can see we have one error here. It's showing one error. What it's showing? It's showing unhandled exception. So as I told you, we have to handle the exception in the controller. Okay, so we will simply alt enter on this, and here we can get it. Add exception to method signature or surrounded with try catch. So we will not add this in the signature because we have to implement here, we have to handle this error. So we will use the try catch. Okay, inside of the try catch, you can see we have two catch blocks. One for the user not found exception E, and second for the unauthorized access E. Okay, so simply what we can do, we can create one catch block and we can keep like this. So because I am not passing anything, I am not throwing anything. So we can create, remove from here. If you want, you can keep this to catch and you can manage. But I think in the assignment, he is not just mention anything about this, how to handle this exception. So we are just sketching it, but we are not printing. If you want, you can print it. Okay. Now, next, what we have to do? So in the try, we already have a menu services. Menu services will return us one thing. What? Menu item. Okay. That menu item, we will take it and we will just return it back. Okay. Like if you can see, so we will create a one menu item outside of this type of menu item. Menu item equals to, and we are keeping it null. Okay, because we are keeping it outside because we need it in the try and catch both the block. Okay, so we will do like this and we have to return the response. So we will create one more here, add menu response. Okay, and we will keep it like this, response DTO equals to new add menu response DTO. Here, okay, add menu item response DTO. Okay, like this. So now we have to think menu item and response DTO. So we will hold the value inside of the menu item written by the menu services. Okay, and now we have to set the responses. To set the responses, what we will do? Simply we will use here response DTO dot. Okay, in the we have to set two things. If you go inside of this response DTO, we have two things. One is the status and another is the menu item, set menu item. So simply come here and just write it down here, response DTO dot, okay, and set status. Status we can get it from the this DTO, response status. We have success and failure. So because in the try block we simply take response status dot success. Okay, and response DTO dot set menu item. Set this menu item. Now, so we already set and we will simply return this response. DTO. Okay, so now we have created a success type. Now we have to create the failure because if catch block, if error is coming, then we again do the same thing. What we will do? We will copy this all the code and put it here, and in the response DTO set status we will keep like this dot failure. Okay, and here we do not have menu item, we will pass the null in that case, and here return response DTO. So if it is success, we will pass this menu item. Okay, and if it is not success, then we will pass this null. Okay, response DTO. So as you can see, we already implemented this service class. Okay, so whatever was there, we already implemented. We have to create three things. One, we have to create a repository for menu. Second, we have to create a repository for user. And third, we have to create a service class. And now we have implemented the service class, like we have just implemented the method of the service class inside of the controller. And here we just return. So whatever requirement is there, that we have completed, but we cannot run here because we do not have complete files here to be run. Okay, so you just try your own and create a client. Okay, based on that you just try to run it. Okay, in the next video I will just create one more video and I will just tell you how you can test this, how you can check it is working or not. Okay, using the test file. So friends, I tried really hard to make this video simply to understand for you. It took me about 4 hours to make this video. I am asking all of you to help me reach my goal of 30 likes on this video. Please share it with your friends and family. Okay, and you, when I explain all the things, you have to try yourself first and then you try another assignment. Okay, you are on, because all assignment will be solved like this only. This is the flow I explain here, and you follow the complete flow and try to solve that. And if you are unable to solve that, just write it down in here in the comment. Okay, so I will create more video on it. So if you learned something from this video, please like, share and subscribe. Thank you.